So today we are making stuffed cabbage, also known as Golubtsy in Russian, and with a few other surprises, so stay tuned. So you want to cut out the core of your cabbage and then throw it in boiling water. Well, don't throw it. Put it in some boiling water, and then you'll see the cabbage leaves starting to peel away, and you'll take them out as they do that. If you find they're not coming away easily, you can just help them along by pulling them away with a pair of tongs. And then you just let them cook in there for a little while. You don't want them to get too soft. And then I'll show you the next step. I'm sauteing about 5 cups of onions. You want them to get to about this color, not totally caramelized, but kind of golden brown. And to this I'm going to add 2 red bell peppers that I diced up and 4 carrots, but you don't have to be precise with these measurements. You could do 1 pepper, 2 carrots. And I don't have any celery. I usually add celery, but I was out. I usually have celery in the fridge, and apparently I didn't right now, so you can add celery. You can also add some chopped up mushrooms, but this is what I'm adding in today. Now I'm going to just cook this until these veggies soften, and then I'll show you the next step. So once your veggies have softened, you can add some garlic if you want to taste. I probably have 3 tablespoons there. You're just going to cook it a little bit. You don't want your garlic to burn. And then I'll show you what's next. So next I'm going to add a 35-ounce can of San Marzano tomatoes that I roughly chopped, and I'm putting it in along with the tomato puree that it was packed in. And I'm going to cook this for a little while until the tomatoes are kind of cooked through, and then I'll show you what's next. I just want to add that if you want, you can use tomato sauce instead of whole tomatoes. If you have your own sauce, you can use that. You can use some fresh tomatoes if you want. It's up to you. So for the filling, I have some ground chicken thighs. I have about 12 of them here. You could use chicken breast. You can do a combination of the two. You could do beef. You could do pork, whatever kind of meat you like. I have some cooked rice that I didn't cook all the way through. I cooked it for about 8 minutes and drained it. And then I have some ground up onion. You can either puree it in your food processor or on a grater, or however you want to get it to this consistency. And that's probably a cup. And I'm going to mix that together, some salt and pepper, and then I'll show you the next step. So I ended up using half of the rice that I cooked. So if you cook half a cup of rice, that should be good for you. But it's up to you. I mean, if you want more rice than meat, then use more rice. I prefer to have more meat than rice. And now what I did is I took half a cup of that vegetable mixture that I was sauteing in the pan, the onion, carrot, and tomato, and garlic. And I'm going to add that, and then I'm going to add some fresh dill. You can add some parsley or cilantro, or leave out the herbs, or any other herbs that you like, any other seasonings that you like at this point. I'm going to mix this up, and then we're going to stuff our cabbage leaves. So you take your cooked cabbage leaf, and some of them will have, well, most of them will have like a thick vein running through here. So what you want to do is just, I'm trying to get to it, slice off part of it, not the whole thing. Just so that your leaf is easier to roll and fold over. And then you turn it over and get some of your filling. And you fold it, and it's like an egg roll if you've ever made egg rolls. So you roll it over once, and then you take the sides and you bring them in nice and tight. You want to be gentle so that you don't rip your cabbage leaf. And you just keep rolling away from you. And then when you put them in the pot, you're going to want to put them with the seam side down. So I'm just going to do it with the rest of the cabbage leaves. And I just want to show you, you're going to have the center of the cabbage left over, where the cabbage leaves get pretty small. So you could either make really tiny stuffed cabbage, or what I'm going to do is just chop up this cabbage and add it in, maybe, to just cook, and I'll eat it separately because I just like to eat the cabbage. And this is the inside of the core that I cut out. I just wanted to show it to you. So you basically, to cut it out, you just stick your knife in at an angle kind of like that, and then you just pull it out. And then I also have a pepper here, which I'm going to make for my daughter. And if you wanted to make stuffed peppers, you could make stuffed peppers instead of stuffed cabbage. So you're just gonna cut open your pepper, take out all the veins and seeds, give it a wash, and save the little top of the pepper because it looks cute. And just stuff it full. And then you put the little cap back on. And then I'll show you our next step. Now to cook this, I'm going to put all of this in a Dutch oven. You can put it in a pot. You can also bake it. I'm going to do it over the stove. Now I put my pepper in the middle, and then I have my cabbage leaves here, so I'm just going to put them seam side down. Oh, I put a layer of the tomato sauce with the veggies on the bottom. Not all of it, just a thin layer. And now I'm just going to place all of this in here. And once I'm done placing them nice and tight in here, I'm going to put the rest of this sauce in, and then I'll show you the next step. So I've put the rest of my stuffed cabbage and my sauce in there. And now what I did was I took my can of tomatoes and I put some water in. And I'm just going to put some over the top, just so that it's all covering the cabbage leaves. And for my son, who doesn't like stuffed peppers or cabbage, I'm going to take some of the filling and I'm just going to roll up some meatballs and I'm going to cook it in here. So you have 3 different ways of cooking this dish, and I'm sure to please at least some people, if not everyone. So I'm going to cook this for about an hour and a half. And I'm going to finish it with some fresh dill. And you serve it with sour cream, and I'll show you the finished product. I outgrew my pot. Haha. Does that ever happen to you guys? It happens to me all the time. I forgot to mention, like, the key secret ingredient. Ketchup. Add as much or as little as you like, but add some, try it. It's really, really good. I'm probably going to add a half a cup into here. And salt and pepper to taste. I just want to show you that I've just put some cabbage leaves over the top. And also to tell you that you never want it to boil like really hard. Just keep it on a simmer. So to serve your stuffed cabbage, you just put a little dollop of sour cream over the top, and you could put a little sprig of dill. And don't go skimping on the gravy. It's good stuff. I hope you enjoy.